Hi everyone, welcome to the wrinkle removal tutorial for FaceFilter3. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to minimize the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines on your model's face using skin smoothing and different highlight layers. So let's get right into it. I've already fit this particular image here. If I go to the fitting section and I select, go down to all here, you can see all the fitting that I've done. If you have any questions about the fitting, you can actually check out our Getting Started tutorial for FaceFilter3. So let's move on right over to the makeover section and get into it right away. Now we're not going to apply any default templates right now. So we're just going to take a look closely at her face here. And you can see that she has a few age spots, some fine lines, and some heavier wrinkling around the edge of her eye. We're going to focus in this tutorial on her left eye and try and brighten that up as much as we can. Alright, so let's get it right into it with the first step. I'm going to go to Skin Foundation here and Skin Refinement. And this is basically your foundation layers that are going to take care of a lot of the surface blemishes on the skin. So I'm going to select a female skin template, and since her condition is a little bit extreme, we're going to select the Smooth Extreme template. And once I double click that, you'll see it really smooths out her skin a lot. The age spots are basically gone. There's still a few freckles remaining, but that's good because that's more natural looking. And the skin has maintained a lot of its natural texture. If I zoom in really closely, you can see that you can still see visible pores, slight wrinkles as well. So the skin smoothing template didn't create as much of a washed out appearance. And it looks quite natural. So if we wanted to maybe even add skin texture, we can do that as well. We can also increase the skin tone to make her skin brighter. Skin smoothing is already at 100. And if we wanted to add more skin texture, for example, we can select an aged skin texture, and you'll notice the difference there. Just even create some more detailed skin texture. So fine is a little bit smoother. We'll just use fine for now. She's not that old, so we'll leave it at fine. And we'll just go back out of here, out of the skin refinement. Now that template also applied a skin oil removal template, as well as an eye bag reduction template. So we can actually pump up the eye bag reduction as well to make those wrinkles below her eyes even more not noticeable. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, which we're going to focus on this left eye here. And I'm going to use the highlight and contour section this time. So if we go to highlight and contours, I'm just going to zoom out. I'm going to apply a general shape correction template, general female here. We're not going to focus too much on the facial shape. Okay, now if I open up my masking tools, you can see exactly where the contours are being applied, where the highlights are being applied. Of course, whoops. We want to use the, let me just erase what I drew there. We want to use the eraser tool to erase these highlights over top of her hair, because that's what's lightening up her hair. Now if I increase the brush size, I'll show you guys a few hotkeys as well for using the masking tools. If I use the bracket keys, I can increase or decrease the brush size. If I use the press Control and use the bracket keys, that'll increase the brush hardness. And comma and period will increase or decrease the brush strength. So let's leave it something like that. We just want to draw over her bangs here and get rid of those highlights that are being applied to her hair. Right, you can notice that the image gets noticeably darker on the right. Okay, so there we're good. Now the contour layer, highlight layer, we're going to use this custom layer. We're going to focus on her left eye. And we're going to try and use a custom layer, a bright one. So we're going to use the eyedropper tool, choose a bright area of her skin, and maybe even select the color swatch and lighten that up even further. Alright, something about there should be good. We don't want it to be too bright because we want it to still blend in naturally with the surrounding skin. So we'll use that and press OK. And you can press Control M to open up the masking tools. And maybe we'll decrease the hardness a little bit, strength. We don't want anything too strong for this particular step. Just zoom in on the eye even further. And I'm going to use the, oops, sorry, we need to go to the brush instead of the eraser. There we go. Okay, that should be good. We want to draw along the edge of her eye here. You can see that, let's try and get something maybe a little bit higher on the strength there. Take a look at the image on the right, how it changes once I'm finished drawing this base layer around the edge of my eye here. That should be good. You can notice that the whole entire area gets a lot brighter, quite noticeably brighter. I maybe even want to brighten up the area beside the nose even further. There you go. You can see that that in that single step we've already really brightened up the eye. For models who are a bit older, you'll want to normally brighten up their eyes as much as possible. to avoid the appearance of aging. Alright, and we can even increase the layer level to make that effect even stronger. Even like something like 90 will do. Alright, so the next step we want to do, the final step we want to do for minimizing the wrinkles, is we're going to zoom in really close on these wrinkles here. And we're going to open up another layer in the layer settings window here, this custom 2 layer. And we'll also select a very bright color for this one. Let's close down our masking tools. Another bright layer here, something like that should be okay. Alright, and we're going to open up our masking tools one more time. And I'm going to draw basically right along the contours of all of these wrinkles here. Again, if I hold down Shift, I can pan around my image again. So I'm going to use a smaller brush size, something like that should do. And you want to pump up the brightness and the hardness and the strength rather. All right, so I think that should do it. That should about do it. I'm just going to draw along those contours here on the image on my left, so you can see the effect on the right. Of course, I'm using a mouse here, so I'm not going to have the best, super best results. Not the straightest lines. Just do the best I can. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. And you can see that the image on the right, just those areas around the wrinkles, just really brightens up even further. We can increase the level to make that more noticeable, even more noticeable. Okay, and if I zoom out, you can see you can notice a slight maybe the blending is not super perfect right now. So we can of course use the eraser tool. I can just maybe erase. So decrease the brush size here slightly. And I can maybe even erase just around the edges here of this second custom layer. And maybe if I use a really large brush size, I can just click the entire thing and kind of minimize the appearance as well. Alright, we just want those to blend in naturally with the surrounding skin. In the custom 1 layer, I can even go along the edge here of this. There we go. That creates looks a bit more blended in with the surrounding skin. And of course the highlight and contours. Alright, and we're pretty much set. So there you go. That's basically how you can remove wrinkles from any model. Minimize the appearance of wrinkles in any model there. And yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to email me at developer@reallusion.com, or else stay tuned for our other tutorials on skin blemishes and skin tone.